Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. You know, I kind of saw the crash of that speech happening, really, so. Um, but it was kind of like a train wreck, really, so, is that just kind of get fascinated by, like, seeing it happen, really, so. But oh my gosh, okay. So, um, before we actually continue as well, then, is so. Alright, I noticed as well, going back through the last few videos in editing, is that we now definitely have an ending symbolized by this 2 here. So I am unsure of how much we actually have left of this story, really. So it was always my intention when doing this is that, okay, the game description on Steam does say that this VN has 4 different endings available for it, and it was always my intention to only do one ending of it. And seeing as like how one ending has gotten like a lot of videos out of it, I think it's probably fair to say to do that. So, but hey, if this does happen to be the last video really for this series, is that hey, leave a comment or like saying how much you liked it. If you want to see me do another one, really, so of this one, really, that's perfectly fine. Love to hear from you. I also don't mind doing other VNs as well. Really, I love doing them. Really, so um, and if you have any VN suggestions, yeah, please go ahead and let me know. Only stipulations though is that one, it has to be safe for work, really. So at least it has to be a version of it, really. So and two is that it has to be something that is complete. I don't want to actually like do like kind of episodic stop and starting of like a series, really. So for a VN, really. So I want to be able to go the whole way through it, really. So all right. Any case, let's continue on with this. Hopefully, we'll be able to salvage this evening. Hopefully. Uh, okay. Uh, Pushing the side exit open, the frigid breeze of outside air hits my face. Where'd she go? I catch a glimpse of her turning the corner of the building. Olivia, wait up! Olivia, wait! Fucking hell! Hold on! It takes me a moment to catch my breath. What the hell happened back there? We're by the carport. There's crowds of people exiting the building. Some are waiting by the curb, probably for the valet or some other transportation. Her eyes level on me. Eyes a mixture of anger and pain. Olivia? Olivia? You just blew up out of nowhere at everyone. What's wrong? Olivia's on the brink of tears, her enraged eyes welling up with tears. Why? Why didn't they get it? What did I do wrong? My teeth rattle painfully as I close my mouth. I poured my heart and soul out to those assholes. And look what happened. It was all for nothing. Those freaks. You get it, right, Inko? Yeah, I do. Listen, it's not over. Of course it is. Iedakin deserves better than this. What a disgrace. Look, there's a way to make it up. Olivia turns and sniffles a little bit. She's listening. Right now, things seem really down, I know. But the stage is probably still open. I'm sure if I just give the word with Ben or Scalar, they'll let you continue and you can apologize. Oh my gosh, shut up! Iedakin was wrong! All those assholes, even you, Inko! All they cared about was themselves. Well, I mean, your speech. I took your advice, Inko. Hey, I said tell your story to them. I don't recall saying to make it all about yourself. So sorry on my part. Maybe you should go back and apologize too. Fuck them. Why should Because it'll make you look bad if you don't.
Like I should give two shits about what they think about me.
Well, I give two shits because it's going to make me look bad. Oh no. Inko. No. No. This is. I have a feeling we have the bad ending here. I really shouldn't have said that. But I'm right, though, aren't I?
Are you seriously making this about you?
It's not about me, but I'm trying to help you so it affects me. She tries to yell something, but her voice cracks and breaks into a miserable growl. I watch as tears begin to stream from her still vicious eyes. Come on, Olivia. That's all I've ever wanted to do.
Well, maybe I don't want you to help.
Her voice is deep and stern. You don't really want that, do you?
How do you know? You think you understand me? That you have me all figured out? That you know what I want? Fuck you, Inko.
A hollow feeling resonates through me. She doesn't mean that. She can't. Can she? Look, Olivia, why don't we just go back home? We can talk about this, and maybe on Monday you can.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go home.
Here, let me call
And no, I'm going home alone.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's over.
Over? What do you mean, over? She turns her chair away from me, rolling herself down the sidewalk away from the venue. You can't walk home alone! Olivia, listen. Snap. That sound is unmistakable. I nearly just lost my hand.
Fuck off!
I want to follow after. Desperately try and reason with her. But my legs refuse to move. A part of me forces myself to watch Olivia as she slowly moves down the sidewalk. As other students pass her by and toss hateful words her way. As the world itself seems to throw all its vitriol on this wheelchair-bound girl, buffeting her with a blistering cold gust. As she waits at the metro station in view, I'm incapable of looking away. It must be some punishment for what I had said, as I can see Olivia finally quake with tears at the station. Just as Olivia wails with agony, the train comes, hiding her from me. That wail was the last thing I heard from her that night, though at times her haunting cry resurfaces in my memories, returning to tear at my heart without remorse, with no reason or warning as to why. Alone. I'm afraid. I've always heard the stories of events like prom ending with merriment and talk of after parties. The ride back home was silent. I opened the door to my undecorated house, the air feeling much colder than it did outside. I didn't bother turning the lights on as I hobbled through the empty halls. My movements are robotic. Each step up the stairs is forced. The bedroom door swings open, but I can't be bothered to close it. My bed has never looked so inviting. Although maybe it's the other way around. Everything else is too cold. It's the new center of the universe. I just flump face first into it. I'm alone. The winter days dragged on endlessly during the Christmas break. Something inside me just sapped any and all strength from me. Wake up whenever I can't sleep anymore. Eat whatever so my stomach wouldn't hurt. Stare at my computer's monitor without really acknowledging what was on it. The bare minimum of existing. The one singular thought that pervaded my mind was, I want to see her. I would find myself looking at my phone's messenger app, eyes glancing over the old pictures and messages I was sent. All of those doodle sheets sent that meant nothing to her now meant the world to me. Fingers tapping the digital keys with whatever words I thought. Asking her if she was okay. Asking if I could see her. Asking for forgiveness. Only for the words to vanish as my thumb held down on the delete key. In this cold and lonely room, I desperately wanted to reach out to Olivia. In each passing day, I would muster up just enough courage to write a longer and longer message. But my courage would vanish by the end, and I'd go back to simply existing, lost in an ocean of apathy in this room. It's Christmas Eve today. I got some new house robes for my parents, had them pre-wrapped and sent over. They'll open it when they get home tomorrow night. Everyone else is having a big meal with their families. They all got their own yearly traditions, whatever old comedy gets put on like a ritual. Before bed, the kids get to open one present early. Everyone else stays up chatting with each other a while. But not me. I'm just in my pajamas, watching a show I don't even like. In senior year, next year I'll have taxes. Looking at my messenger again. Tap, tap, tap. I stare at the message I had composed. My thumb hovers over the backspace key. Breathe in. Breathe out. Tap. Hey. I did it at last. My heart thumps roughly as immediately after I see the typing animation on my screen. Hey. My thumb wants to mash away wildly on the keys. Write out an infinite number of things that just fly to the forefront of my mind. But I hold off. And think. Until finally I decide. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Right, Eve. I lost track of time.
Same. What have you been doing?
In the most literal sense of the word, nothing. Nothing, really. You?
Dealing with Vinny. Decorating for tomorrow.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, fun.
She included a drawn guts looking depressed. And a strange sensation overtook my face. It was my smile. I've forgotten what it felt like to smile in only just a week.
So, you still by yourself?
Yeah. My fingers had moved without me realizing. Before I could explain, I saw Olivia typing a reply and held myself.
That sucks. Your parents suck.
I know. Another rough thump of my heart rattled my chest. Listen. I thought about that night. And I'm sorry for what I said. I fucked up, Olivia. Please, take me back. I wait a few seconds. No response. Was it too much? Too little? What am I even doing? I let my phone fall onto my chest and rub my eyes. Idiot. Bzz.
Okay. I'll give it another shot.
I jerk up straight. Oh, thank you, Raptor Jesus. I swear I'm going to church every Sunday from now on. Thank you. Can I come over tomorrow? There's no one here.
No. You probably shouldn't.
There's a pause between her replies, time during which I feel my breath leaving me and my heart slow in its beating.
That came out bad. Look, I'm mostly over what happened between us. But it still hurts. I need some extra time. Don't want to make things awkward. You know?
Some of that squeezing feeling is back. I really jacked myself, didn't I? I guess I deserve it. If this is my price to pay. Yeah, alright. See you at school?
Sure.
I decide to flip on an old Christmas movie. It's one meant for kids, but I remember watching it once with my family. As I doze off, it's just a little less bitter. We texted more and more over the winter break. By the time I saw Olivia again at school, it almost felt like how things used to be. Almost. I had a lot to make up for, after all. But I was back in her good graces. It's more than I could have asked for, honestly. The rest of the school year seemed more like a formality, and instead I'd put my efforts on just being there for Olivia. After all, it was just us two versus the world once we graduated. Another day of work. Another walk home through the shit show that is urban rush hour. I sigh as several car horns continue to blare at each other with reckless abandon. At least it's Friday. The words linger in the air as a faint evening breeze washes over me. Experience has taught me that walking home from my office building is faster than trying to drive through this mess. I briefly stop to observe the source of the massive buildup. They've been doing construction on this intersection for the last 3 months. Damn it, I'm off work early today. Something about corporate reorganization, though that's usually code for downsizing. At least I'll get to see Olivia in her prime. We're always so busy these days. But tonight can be special. I don't even remember the last time we went out together for a date night. So she's sure to love a nice dinner date. It'll be like old times. After another 15 minutes of dodging cars and homeless people, I'm finally at my destination. The Volcadera Gallery of Arts. Olivia had spoken with Elena, and they'd come to some agreement to start producing and selling her work at Elena's gallery. Good. Thank you so much that she actually took the advantage. And over the years, that arrangement changed, as Olivia became a part-time assistant to Elena. It's a nice gig, but it doesn't pay the most. Of course, it's just until her career really takes off. After that, it's beachfront life for both of us. If the schedule she gave me is right, Olivia should be showcasing her work right about now. The inside of the gallery is dry and cool, a contrast to the hot and humid weather outside. Independent conversations echo throughout the room as I walk past the front desk. Nobody dares to question me. I think her showcase is in the East Wing, right next to Iadokkin's old section. As I follow my vague memories, I come to a wide open section of the gallery. I spot Olivia not too far away. It looks like she's talking to someone. I approach her slowly to overhear the conversation, trying not to interrupt. Trying to think of who this might be. Okay. You've made several comments earlier in this interview about your inspiration for your latest work. Do you want to elaborate on this? She's holding a tablet, tapping away as she speaks. A journalist, then.
Yes, I can. Recently, I've been looking a lot more into warmer tones. My usual palette favored cool tones that were evocative of evening theming. But for this series, I wanted to tackle what comes after the nighttime vistas. At least from daybreak to noon.
Okay. So just commenting a little bit about how they look now. So they are definitely older. It's fairly clear, really. So I just kind of wonder about. Olivia looks really tired, really. So I mean, she does look that she looks sleek. So, um, but it's just so very plain that she is tired, really. So, and you can kind of see it a little bit too, really, with Inko, is that he has like little eye lines here for behind his glasses, really. So, good grief. Yeah, I'm regretting decisions that I've made, really. So, all right, we'll see, there's still time, really. So let's see how things actually are. So, Olivia finally notices my presence and turns her head to me.
Inko, did something happen? What are you doing over here?
I wanted to surprise you.
Oh, okay, that's a smile. Well, that's nice.
Journo, Journo is their name. Journo.
Is he your husband, Miss Halford? Oh no, we're just dating. Would you mind if I got some comments from him as well? It may be useful. I don't know. I guess it'd be fine. Excellent.
The woman turns to me, pushing her tablet well within my personal bubble.
Miss Halford said you're
Incognito. And we've been an item for 3 years now.
3 years? Since high school, then?
Yes, we met and started dating our senior year all here together.
So, since you've been with her for a while, you must be very familiar with her process as well.
I'd say so, yes.
What could you tell me about Olivia's presence in the art world, then? Her work really stands out, yet her pieces aren't that widespread.
Well, I can see Olivia's head shaking. It's a personal talk we've had more and more often these days. The tablet pushes further into my space, urging me to speak. It's not that Olivia doesn't want her work to spread. It's just the majority of people that approach her have been from varying advocacy organizations for disabled individuals. Uh-oh. Inko, you're putting your foot in your mouth again.
I don't see how that would be a problem.
It isn't, honestly, but... Before I can continue, Olivia forces herself between the journalist and I.
I think that's enough for now.
The reporter reluctantly nods, politely excusing herself in the presence of Olivia's leer. Look, Olivia, Olivia pulls me aside and around a corner, whispering angrily.
What are you doing? I've told you time and time again, I'm not doing it that way.
Okay, sorry.
You shouldn't even be here. Shouldn't you be at work?
I got to go home early today. Relax. And I wanted to see you. A gentle puff of air slips from her lips.
Thanks.
Hey, we haven't been somewhere in forever. Now that I have some time off, would you want to have dinner someplace nice tonight? You seem stressed. Olivia intenses herself a little.
Dinner? Well, Guess it has been a long while. Yeah, I think I'd like that.
Great. Anywhere in mind you'd like to go? She closes her eyes in contemplation.
No, nothing in particular. I'd be glad to relax a bit wherever.
All right. You getting off work at the same time today?
Yep, 5 p.m. Look, this interview is really important. This gal's from a pretty major publication. I can't have this go wrong, alright? I really think this is my big chance.
I get the idea. All right.
Okay,
Just relax, okay? You're doing great with the interview.
thanks.
You'll do great. And tonight we can celebrate.
Yeah. Alright, you should go.
I'm going, I'm going. On my way out, I wave back at the confused journalist while Olivia rolls back her direction to finish the interview. I walk home with a bit more pep in my step. Man, I really need this date too. Getting a few butterflies again. I open the door and flick a light switch, revealing our dignified flat. There's not much furniture, with most of the floor being reserved for Olivia's art supplies and space to maneuver her wheelchair. Those are still pretty. Those are pretty tight. It's pretty tight space there for someone in a wheelchair. You can only basically go like one direction. This is like a. Even then, this is only like a single person lane really here. So, well, you make do with what you can, really. So, and I suppose that they're not relying on Inko's parents' money, really. So, I guess so. A little bit bohemian, really. So, honestly, it looks a bit like an extension of the gallery she works at. Some might call it messy, but I like to think of it as homely. On the way to our bedroom, I pass the kitchen and catch a glimpse of the sink. I still need to wash the dishes and sweep the floor. Never mind that now. There's something much more important. Are you sure about that, Inko? Please, at least do the dishes, please. Please, I beg you, at least do the dishes, really. So, I mean, sweeping can. I mean, you probably should do that too. Yes, of course, but the sink, please, take care of the sink. I make it to the master bedroom, opening up the expansive wardrobe that lies just inside. What to wear? An hour of hygiene and fashion later, I'm all cleaned up. I take a seat on the living room sofa, waiting patiently for Olivia to get home. It's a little after 5. She'll probably be here in 10 minutes or so. I haven't actually decided where I'll take her. It's gotta be barbecue. Somewhere like Man, I've been living here for ages and I don't actually know where anything is. My phone's old proprietary map boots, and I check around for restaurants within walking distance. Handful falafel. Looks great. Herbivore themed, so can't. That means then there must be. A quick check of search settings confirms it. Only carnivore locations. There we go. Our fine list of nearby locations. One in particular is even marked as new. Simone's. Just opened a few months ago, and it looks pretty neat. Checking their website, I see that they still have some available tables for tonight. And the menu looks exquisite. Alright, that decides it. I check the time. 5:15. Should have figured the foot traffic would have been bad today. It's Friday after all. Olivia should be here any minute. Man, is it that bad? I should check up on her. Interview over? No response. Is it still going on then? Jeez. I'm starting to get worried. Yeah, I am too. I'm getting quite concerned, really. So, and the music chiming here does not help that either. A pit starts gathering in my gut. Or I'm just hungry. No, I'm not eating before a date. Come on, Olivia. Get home already. That's it. I'll just call her. If it interrupts the interview, it interrupts the interview. I found Olivia's contact and... Please leave your message for... Shit! Oh, come on, is her phone off? Man. I guess a sandwich wouldn't hurt. My knees pop when I stand. Guess I was sitting a while. While I busy myself with sandwich crafting, I can feel my worries bubble further. Maybe I should just go back to the gallery? No, if she left, it'd be way too easy for us to just pass each other. With nothing else to do, I flip on the TV. There's a new documentary series out that'll fill the noise nicely. I hardly pay attention to it, just getting bites into my little sandwich until it's all gone. Guilt pangs me. But what else was I supposed to do? I sigh and look out the window. Outside, the unmistakable wail of an ambulance. No, of course not. That'd be stupid. Quit worrying. You alright? Dang it, Olivia. Can't this have waited just one day? What am I thinking? Knock that off me. Just need to have some faith. I'm getting worked up for nothing, and we can laugh about it over our dinner tonight. Yeah, I'm just worrying over nothing. I'll just sit back and relax until Olivia arrives. Okay. That's good. Someone's home, at least. Holy crap! I flip around on the couch. Fuck! From the loud thumping, I can already guess. She's not happy. Olivia's tail slams loudly on the floor in frustration as she wheels herself into our living room. Olivia, what happened? I was getting worried.
I was at that damn interview! For hours! That fucking reporter! Holy shit, I need to punch something!
Your interview didn't go well?
What do you think?
Olivia stops herself and exhales deeply.
Sorry. No, it didn't. She loved my work. We were right there, ready to make this happen. And then she shows me her notes. You know what they said? Differently abled, passionately enabled. I tell her to drop the angle, and she says she's not interested in the article otherwise. She was just there to make her shitty little story about the disabled artist to ride my situation to stardom. She tries to say it's mutually beneficial. So for hours, I'm trying to keep the conversation going, to show her my process, anything to just get her to say yes. I was right there, Inko, right there. All I needed to hear was a yes. For once. God, why does nobody get it? It was all for nothing. Now I just... Fuck it.
Everything's closed, Olivia.
Fucking fantastic. None of this would have happened if she had just done it. Now I look like a desperate idiot. I'm still stuck at this place, making barely above minimum wage, and I don't even get the date. God, I'm just doomed to mediocrity forever.
If it matters that much, maybe you should just accept it. I didn't mean to mumble that. I hope Olivia didn't notice. No, she definitely noticed. She noticed.
What the fuck was that?
She's given me a chance to change what I said. I've gotten a few of those over the years, whenever I broke some unspoken rule of hers. And I'd always capitulate, because I figured that's what a good boyfriend would do. Except today. This was my only early day in a while, the first time in years I could have felt like her boyfriend for once. Something boils over. No. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I can't bring myself to say anything more. I just sit in silence while Olivia starts tensing up.
And what does that mean? You're supposed to support me. We're there for each other. That's what all this is for.
I've been supporting you, Olivia. I love you.
Then why?
Her breathing is getting heavier. I see her claws poking out, pressing into her armrests. Those scared me once. She won't use them. Olivia, listen to me. This is the first time in years that I could have taken you on a date. That we could have gone anywhere we wanted to. And we would have. We would have been back by now having fun. And it was spent on even more of this stupid, stubborn nonsense. She sits aghast.
Who are you?
I'm the guy that's had to deal with this crap for 3 years now. I like you, Olivia. I love you. I want to do stuff with you. Can't you make it easy to deal with you?
Oh, like you would know. Your fucking parents aren't even around. They'd rather get shit-faced every night than deal with you once.
My parents didn't abandon me to some other poor family to raise instead. Her brow furrows and her eyes widen. Before I can bother feeling guilty about the statement, she roars.
How could you? You know the situation I was in, you prick! And I'm just trying to make my shitty situation not shit!
And it wouldn't be that way if you didn't demand everyone else play by your rules. You're no different than those so-called phonies that abuse their disability, except you're broke.
Oh my fucking god! Is it so much to ask for one person who gets it? Am I the insane one here? I don't need you turning on me too, you spineless sack of shit! Is it really just the entire World Cup rising against me to make sure I'm painting under a bridge with condiments and shit within the next few years? Is it so much to ask for one fucking person to not just use me to climb the social ladder?
If you're so concerned about it, then let them! It's been 3 damn years, Olivia! Face it, your career isn't taking off because you refuse to let anyone actually see it! Because you're so hung up about your stupid fucking wheelchair!
Fuck you, you useless sack of shit skinny!
Oh God! Shit. That was too far. What are we doing? What's happened to us? It wasn't supposed to be like this. We stand motionless, just staring at the carnage of the vase. The water leaks across the tile. The flowers, a birthday gift from me to her, lay withered on the floor in pieces. Olivia finally meets my eyes. Her expression is a horrid mix of shock and remorse. The fire has died. All heat is gone. In its place is simply 2 burnt-out individuals and the reality that we'd ignored for so long. Her head falls, and she rolls away to the office room we turned into her studio. Its door creaks slowly before shutting softly. Grabbing a towel from the kitchen, I try to carefully collect the broken pieces of the vase. Not carefully enough, though, as my palm is cut on a jagged edge. Thankfully, the towel staunches the small cut enough that I can clean up the rest of the damage. I settle the damaged flowers in the sink, since there's a chance some of them can be saved. The vase is a lost cause, though. As I look at it all, I feel... The sounds of sniffling reaches my ears, and I look to the closed studio door. An idea comes to mind. There's one last undamaged tulip here. I could take it to her and apologize for my harsh words. Maybe she'd even apologize too. Maybe. But I don't even know anymore. Setting the last living flower into a cup, I fill it with some water. It looks horrible. The petals are damaged. The stem is bent. Some of my blood has mixed with the water, making it look disgusting. If it were a picture, it'd be the perfect representation of us right now. But I gave that up. I gave up a lot of things for Olivia. It's like she doesn't even understand that, though. I placed the glass where the vase once was, and I lay down on the couch once more. This is our life now. This has been our life for so long. And I don't know where this life is going to take us. And it's with that final, horrifying thought that I drift into a dreamless sleep. Oh god. Wow. Renpai. Developed by Renpai, okay. All of them have like Anon at the end. So I gotta say that I was worried for a while because of how the score being so evenly divided, quote unquote, would have given us something not exactly great. I didn't necessarily think of it in this light, really, so. I do have to say, though, the story itself is quite compelling and is rather... It seems rather real as well. I guess it's a way to say it, really, so. The art itself is also vibrant, and I always I liked just about every single design of every character that I could see, really, so. And there's a lot of effort and passion put into this, what with the animated sections sprinkled throughout the story, really, so. And they worked hard enough to actually give us 4 different endings, of which this one certainly not the good one, so I feel ending 2 of 4. Yeah, I feel bad, really. I mean, to have this be the first one, really, so complete the other endings to get something extra. Sure. All right. But, okay. And here's the thing as well, is that I know what I had said at the beginning of this video, really, so, that I would only go for one ending, really, so. And I've always been open to the idea of, like, possibly just trying to get another one, really, so. I had hoped that this ending would have been more along the lines of being like an okay ending, really, so. But this is definitely bad, really, so. Those ending art pieces, really, too, as well. Those were great splash pieces, really, so. I wish I had a better grasp of my own words, really, so that I could more fully explain this feeling that I have, really, so. Is that, I mean, it is more or less kind of like a feeling that was emoted for the actual ending itself, really, so, of longing and wishing for something much better than what we have, really so. And their own stubbornnesses have definitely, for this ending, have been a sense of turmoil and strife, really, for at least their own happiness, really. Uh, you know, I I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I can't. I don't think I can leave it like this. I can't. So, here's what we're going to do though. So, just kind of like for scheduling purposes then. So, is that at this point then it's basically near the end of the month, really, so it's in the latter half of the month really now at this point. We'll take a break from this, possibly like about a month, really, so, and we'll come back to it and try to get the better ending, really, so, which I think either is going to be, it's likely going to lean. Is it that's kind of the question though, is that if we want to lean more towards getting a higher score for Inko or getting a higher score for Olivia. My thinking is that if we go, is that the first thing, the first idea that comes to my head, if we go more towards Inko, is that it'll be the quote unquote self-centered one, really, so, because it's just the immediate thought. Oh, the full Olivia route, full Olivia score would be one in which we just continually capitulate, really, so. And I guess that's why I had hoped for a better ending, really, so, that there would be a balance, because that's what is in a healthy relationship, is that just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean that you lose your own sense of identity and self. But anyway, so far is that, we are going to take a break. We're going to take a break from Wani, but Cavemanon, this is quite a story, really, so. There are some translation issue errors, really, with grammatics, really, so, and I question a little bit sometimes some of the decisions in which certain situations happen, like the whole confrontation between Olivia and excuse me, gosh, I'm forgetting her name right now, the Brontosaurus girl. The confrontation that we had between the two of them in the restaurant on our outing without Damien, is that was an awkward situation of like playing it out narratively, really, so. And there are other things every so often, really, so, but I am interested in seeing this continue, and so we will try again. We'll try again in about a month. So, as for right now, this has been I Want to Hug That Gator. I will see you all again next time.